Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, this is a little bit of a follow-on to the video I did earlier about how to sign players when you're an amateur side and how to end up with a massive amateur side with some of the best players in your country. The big question you're probably asking yourself is, what do I do if I sign too many of these good amateur players? And I'll kind of show you why it's not something to worry about and why you can be okay. So if you take a look over here at our transfers, we have a whole bunch of transfers coming in. They're all free transfers, every single one. A whole bunch of these guys actually don't have a club. I basically looked at them and said, okay, yeah, if they pass sort of the smell test, then we'll go ahead and bring them in, and then we'll sort them out afterwards. Now, you might look at this and say, geez, how many strikers do you need, right? Because we have a whole bunch of attacking strikers. Probably should have been looking at more guys who are on the wing. But the truth is that because they're amateur players who are playing on amateur contracts, what you can do here when you go to your squad screen, if you have somebody who you don't like I'm not going to actually do this, but let's say I don't like Joe Atu because, reasons, you can always go here to contract and release on a free. You can do that for any one of these players, and there's nothing that they can do about it because they are amateur players. And so what this allows you to do technically is you can pull on like as many of these, really good players from this country as will come to your team. Like you can get the best possible players around. You can raid the national team if they're all amateurs, do whatever it is that you want, and bring them all over at once. Then you can go on over here to the squad planner, and you can ask the coaches, okay, who do you think's the best? Hold on to like the best one or two players, and then just kick the rest out, or put the rest back here on the under 18s team if they're young enough, or do something like that, right? Or you could also hold on to them until they start getting upset because they don't get any game time, and then kick them out, right? That's one of the tools and one of the sort of strategies you can use to sort of take advantage of this to ensure that you have the best players possible in the league on your team. I'm not convinced that this will help us when it comes to the Oceania Champions League. Because then we have to actually play against teams that are, like semi-professional, that have players that are actually salaried and that actually train more than, our training schedule is ridiculous, right? We never train. But hopefully we will be able to put together a team that is at least capable of consistently winning the senior league so that we can get ever better and ever better. And if all else fails, so that myself in game, that I can attract the attention of the bigger teams in places like Fiji and places like that, so that we can then move up to a team that we can actually win the Champions League with and then complete the first part of the Hexagon Challenge. So there you go. That's kind of what the idea is. Once again, if you missed the first video, the best thing you can do is go over to competitions, click on your competition. You want to go over here to season preview. This is where you're going to see the best players. Every player here that's on your team, you'll want to go ahead and scout. You'll want to go through here and scout all the key players as well. Make sure that you have a scout doing something but not going anywhere else. So yeah, this is the scouting range. We do have a scouting budget that can pay for this. We have enough to afford it, right? Make sure of all that stuff. And then once you get the guys coming in and you like them, just bring them in on free transfers. It's not going to hurt you at all because you're 100% amateur. They are literally playing for free. The contract doesn't even have that semi-pro thing where it's like, oh, you get so much for like a clean sheet or whatever. That's not even on there. These are guys who are playing just because they want to play. So there you go. If you don't like him, if they're not going to work out, and if you got someone else in the position, just release them. It's not going to hurt you. There you go. There's my advice for you. Talk to you later. Bye.